Immersed in a religious text, Rabbi Kagan, commonly known as the Shofetz Chaim, was traveling on a train. 3 Jews who sat alongside him invited him to play cards with them since they needed a 4th hand. The rabbi refused, saying he preferred his reading over playing cards. The 3 travelers were clueless about the fact that the stranger they were soliciting was the famous Shofetz Chaim himself. They tried their luck a couple of times more, and eventually, becoming frustrated, got mad. One of them punched him in the face while the other 2 cheered. The rabbi grabbed his hanky to dab his wound, but drops of blood were already leaking and fell on his book. A few hours later, the train pulled into the station. Scores of people had gathered there to welcome the sage. He got off the train with a gashed face, and the devotees demanded to know who hurt him. The rabbi whiffed aside the question and continued walking. The 3 culprits were plagued by guilt at the realization that they had not just beaten up some poor old fellow, but the Shofetz Chaim. They met him the next day at his home to seek his forgiveness. With remorse and shame, they begged him to absolve them. The rabbi, however, said no and refused them the gift of forgiveness. The rabbi's son, who was a witness to all this, was taken aback. It was a saint's job to forgive after all. The offenders pleaded again, and yet again the rabbi said no. They left with heavy hearts. "Father," his son said, "pardon me for saying this, but I feel your behavior was a bit cruel. You are a spiritual icon. The whole community looks up to you. Why didn't you forgive them?" "You are right, son," the rabbi said. "Denying them forgiveness was unbecoming of me, but the truth is it was not in my power to forgive them. Of course I, Rabbi Kagan, the Shofetz Chaim, forgive them," he continued. "But my forgiveness does not matter. The man they had beaten was the one they presumed to be a simple, unassuming poor person with no crowd of well-wishers waiting to greet him. He was the victim, and only he can grant them forgiveness. Let them go find that person. I am incapable of releasing them from their guilt."